mom used to ask me all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said a businessman. It wouldn't be a meeting without throwing bones.
Boom. Killing it. A lot of the things I learned with team sports, I apply to my business. Stacking, it's like being down 3 or 4 runs coming out of the 7th inning stretch.
Right.
What's your mindset?
Get it
We're
done.
Gonna win. We're gonna
get it done. We're gonna get it done.
I was excited to sit down with you when I heard about this opportunity because I've always been intrigued about the parallels between sports and business.
Right. I've realized that being in sport kind of prepares you for business, and it's just a different vernacular, right? Obviously, baseball was very, very good to me.
Yeah.
But when I stopped playing, I'm like, I can't sit there and do nothing.
Right.
My mind has to keep going.
You want to build something.
I want to build something, but also now I get to pick my friends,
Right.
right? So I want to do this with good people. So give me your profile on businesses, because there's a lot.
Okay, so Noble 33 is a global hospitality company. We focus on high-energy experiential dining.
Right.
Tocca Madera is one of our concepts. We have Sparrow Italia, which is our Italian steakhouse. Medusa Mediterranean is our Mediterranean concept. My favorite thing to do is travel and dine with friends.
Right.
And we've made it our business.
Now, when I sit here and I talk to you, I see the smile on your face. I love that because that's passion. I want to get up and I don't want it to feel like my job. I want it to feel like something I'm really passionate about, something I really want to do, because I feel like that's when you excel.
This is your game.
Man, we got to throw the bones, man. So to get in the game, you have to score at least 10 points. So you play double nines, huh?
My girlfriend's Cuban, and in Miami, Cuban dominoes is a thing, so I started playing, but I think there's a lot of similarities. I'll pick it up.
You know, my dad used to say that if you can't hold your bones, you can't play. So tell me about your background.
I was born in Iran.
Really?
And-
My wife's Iranian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was during the revolution in 1980, so I was literally born in a war.
Yeah.
And my parents, when I was 2 years old, they decided, you know what, we're not having our son grow up in this environment. We want to move somewhere where he has opportunities. So we moved to Northern California. I owe it to them for
sure.
putting me in a place where I have opportunities.
To excel, yeah.
But I always wanted to think bigger and do big things, so.
I love that.
How about you?
So I grew up in Atlanta. My mom used to ask me all the time, she goes, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said a businessman. Because I love getting in a suit and tie, and I just love to dress. And my dad, he was the director of global accounts for Kimberly-Clark, so he was all over the world. And I'd see him getting in a suit and tie, going to work, and I'd be like, I want to be like Dad. We lived there, and obviously got drafted, played baseball, but went back and get my education. Said, I promise you, when I'm retired, I'm gonna go back to school and get my
Let's
education.
do this first.
Yeah, let me do this. Yeah. What if you get hurt? Like, I broke it down to them and negotiated.
They were supportive.
They were supportive.
Kept your promise.
I kept my promise. I didn't have to go back to school, but I went back and I just graduated from Penn State. But then, I mean, all these opportunities have popped up. So I'm part owner in the English Premier League team, right? Bournemouth. Through my business mentors or sitting on boards, because that's how I'm learning. And then rubbing shoulders with all these people, and you know, iron sharpens iron. And they're like, hey, I want to help you do this. And then you realize the world start caving in. Your reputation is everything, and that's all you have.
You know, athletes, especially professional sports athletes, you probably had a lot of thrills during your career.
Right.
And for you, you had the lead-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series. I mean, that was a thrill, I'm sure, right?
No, 100%.
But then it ends. Do you still get those kinds of thrills in the business world, in this new journey that you're on?
100%. You know why? Because like you said, you're an athlete. So like, you don't know what's behind door number 1 or number 2, but you know you're gonna work. And then, you know, these small wins make you happy. Like, oh, I got this person with this person. Or you see other people succeeding that you've helped do that. Those are the thrills.
All right, EJ, what do we have?
We're having the Tranquilo, one of our mezcal cocktails on the menu. A little matcha agave, Mikey's personal favorite. Would you torch the sage here?
For good vibes.
Good vibes.
Cheers.
Awesome, man. Yeah, salud. Salamati.
Salamati. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now in the business world.
So I met my business partner when I played for the Astros. It was one of those things where you're just having that conversation, talking to people, seeing where they are. And she's like, you have a manager? I said, well, I have an agent. She goes, no, like somebody works day to day with you. And I was like, no, not a lot of people do. Like, should I? And she was like, you would be a great partner, like, if we want to start our management company. So we actually went out and started this, it's called 400 Ventures. We have athletes and entertainers. We got 4 or 5 clients. We're not agents. We just manage the day-to-day and like almost 360, whether it's foundations, whether that's marketing. We do it all.
So you're managing talent now.
Right.
But you were the talent. How has that transition been?
For me, I love it because I kind of know what my clients want because I've been on that side, right? So how'd you get started?
I took a big risk. My career before hospitality was in finance. I was in my comfort zone. The opportunity came about to jump ship. It was
That's
scary.
tough.
It was scary.
Yeah, it's tough.
Right? Leaving something that you've built, that you're comfortable in, but you feel something's pulling you.
Right.
What I learned was you have to take risks.
Right, and that's like anything. Was it my time to retire? I probably could have played a lot longer, right? But I took a risk. I'm going on to the next thing. I feel like that the foundation is there, and I feel like this is the next chapter of my life. But you worked in finance. How does that transfer over to hospitality?
It's helped a lot. A lot of our competitors may not have that background.
Right.
And that skill set really complements my business partner's skill sets, right? He's really phenomenal at certain things like design and menu creation, where my focus is more on building the business and deal structuring.
How do you pick the communities and stuff that you are obviously opening your restaurants? Like, what goes into picking that?
We're going into a lot of new markets, and there's a business side of it, but then there's a community side to it. We want to go into a new community and a new market with the mindset of giving. My business partner Tosh and our CMO Matt Smith, they actually came up with a program called Noble Neighbors. It's basically our corporate responsibility program we're launching next year, where in every new market that we're going, we'll select family-owned restaurants. They need to get over the hump, and we'll put our team on it. That way we're giving to the community that we're going into. It's good for them, it's good for the community, it's good for us.
That's puts a smile on my face. My mom was a teacher and she taught in inner city. So I used to go talk to the kids when I first got drafted, but giving back to the community, that's awesome.
You can read hands now?
Yeah. I know
That's
what
how
I'm
good
doing.
you are.
You know what? That was the best pull I've ever seen. This guy's the luckiest guy ever. All right, Mikey, so being fairly new into being a business owner, what piece of advice would you give me?
It's interesting, with you, you already have a lot of the qualities that I think are required to be a great business leader from your time as an athlete. It's the resilient mindset, right? There's always a way.
100%.
You're gonna run into moments where things aren't going your way.
Right.
Right? Challenges, obstacles. You wanna take a mulligan?
I know, I need a mulligan. That's exactly what I need.
It's like being down 3 or 4 runs coming out of the 7th inning stretch.
Right.
What's your mindset?
Get it
We're
done.
gonna win, we're gonna
No,
get it
so
done.
We're gonna get it done, for sure.
And it's like that every day in business. And so for me, I would just tell you, stick with it, because there's always a way. You'll get it done.
I love that.
So then what happens?
You domino?
Can I slap the table?
Because you can slap the table, but you have to be in the game. You're
I'm not even in the game.
You're not in the game yet, so this doesn't matter. But now you get domino. So now it's your turn. You go first.
Okay.
Yeah.